dear brothers and sisters, supporting Tibetans.
扎西德勒。It is a bit cold today, but as we thousands of friends here, it's not that cold, right? I have been asked by Tibetan friends, are you a Tibetan? I don't know if I'm looking like Tibetan.
You look like.
But I don't really care. I think, we are from somewhere are same. We are the same human being. We have the same rights. And we have the same dignity. But from the other hand, we are different. You have your own culture. You have your own language. Your own songs and dance and your own beliefs. So this is what makes the world perfectly beautiful. But I do believe that something we are truly the one. We love freedom. Every one of us, we love freedom. This is something we are the same. I have been in Canada for 22 years and have never been allowed to go back to my hometown since then. And I know many of you, you have never have the chance to see your homeland, Tibet. So I feel really, really the same. But I do believe there are going to be one day we will all free from the Chinese communist regime. Tibet is going to be free. Everyone will going to be free from the Chinese communist regime. Let me fight for that. And for the March 10th, 71 Chinese organizations signed a statement, and I will ask one of my friends to read part of that to you.
Free Tibet! I love you! We Chinese Han people, see, we support you. You are not alone. You are not lonely. Given the increasingly grim Tibetan situation, we call on overseas Chinese to attention. We call to recognize the terrible human rights conditions in Tibet and other Tibetans residing in China. We call to recognize the concern about communist China's escalating oppression and iron fist ruling over Tibetans. And especially, we call to recognize on the March 10th, the anniversary of this uprising, to participate in the activities around the world, expressing your solidarities and support for Tibetans' demand for freedom of speech and religion, and their efforts to maintain the right of living and the dignity of life. We truly understand the silence of the Chinese territory of Han Chinese people under the political pressure, but we expect the more than 40 million Chinese living abroad to have a clear consensus. When we enjoy freedom, democracy, equality, dignity, and prosperity in a democratic country, the Tibetans are suffering slavery and oppression by the tyranny within their own home. In this regard, we cannot be silent. To this end, we call on the Chinese around the world to urge our Chinese communist authorities to respect basic human rights of Tibetans, to give up the current hardline policy of the position, to engage in a sincere dialogue with the Dalai Lama, to respect the idea of middle road concept, to protect the Tibetans' language, culture, religion, and other economic rights.
Thank you.
And to ultimately realize a genuine autonomy by Tibetans in Tibet. We also call on the Chinese around the world to care about the ecological environment in Tibet, to demand the China Communist Authority to stop the over-exploitation in Tibet. Many rivers in Asia, China, and other Asian areas, or even cause global climate and ecological disasters, which can be completely avoided. Last, we call on the Chinese around the world. In the country you live,
the Deng Xiaoping, Jiang Zemin, and Hu Jintao are monsters too. Those communists set up by a whole bunch of monsters, lunatics, and hooligans. We cannot forget the first time of the massacre in Tibet, 1959. And this kind of crime did not stop. It happened again on year 2008 and again on year 2010, and committed by the Hu Jintao till to now. The killing still is going on. There is no sign of stop. We are the human being. We have the right to a life. We have the right to believe what we believe. We have the right to protect our culture and the environment. We have the right to keep our tradition and to choose who will be the leader to leading our country. Definitely not communist. 6 years the darkness is long enough. Now is the time for us to fight. The Middle East people already gave us a very good examples. They can do, we can do. I never doubt the communist regime will be collapsed. We need more people just like you to stand up. More people solidarity will turn down that regime faster and sooner. There is something everybody should do, no matter for God's sake, for the Buddha's sake, for our future And for our next generation, just let it do it. It's our glorious right and duty to turn down that regime. Thank you.